Hey YouTube, Terrence Irving here again with another great wedding venue feature for those of you getting married in Connecticut. Everybody loves a good barn. Everybody loves a nice rustic wedding venue, especially when you're getting married in southern New England. I think I've found the best one. It's also very popular, it's very well known, but I want to show you why it's probably the best Connecticut wedding venue for most people. I'm talking about the barns at Wesleyan Hills in Middletown, Connecticut. Let's check it out. Thank you for joining me for this video walkthrough of a full wedding day at the barns at Wesleyan Hills. So if you're the primary partner in the relationship, your day is probably going to start in the little barn. This is the venue's getting ready suite. It's a pretty good size, and I've photographed wedding parties in here of up to about 10 or 12 people with no problem.
So Melissa, we're gonna go get Joe ready for the first lot. We'll be back for you.
I'm going to skip through the wedding day just to keep things interesting and keep things moving along so that you can get the most out of this video. So here I'm running through the middle barn, which is between the little barn and the big barn, meeting up with the videographers, and we are heading outside to set up the groom for the first look. Here he is with all his groomsmen, and they're actually about to get their boutonnieres pinned on by the florist, who's going to arrive in a big van in just a second. This was an awesome 12-hour wedding day, so we had plenty of time for everything. Before the first look, I decided to take the groom and the groomsmen into the big barn. This is where receptions take place and also indoor ceremonies. The famous Edison light wall is what you see in the background there, and I figured we'd have some fun and do some creative pictures of the guys. As you can imagine, that light wall is one of the reasons that couples love this venue. Same for me as a wedding photographer. The bride really wanted to do a first look with her ladies in there as well against that wall, so we did so. On the way to get her though, I decided to take advantage of the really great sunlight coming in through the window above the bar there. Trust your wedding photographer, folks. Every now and then we have cool ideas for pictures, believe it or not. After that, the bride and I headed into the big barn with the videographer. Moms were waiting there, and we did some nice, sweet first look pictures with the ladies. It was pretty cool. They had a big reaction. And after that, of course, we need to do a few close-ups with the bride in this beautiful room, and then it was time for the first look. So here I am back in the middle barn, entering the little barn. The maid of honor let me in. I just wanted to make sure everybody was decent, and it was time to get the bride and head outside. I like to tell a story with my wedding galleries, so this is why I keep turning around and taking pictures of the bride and maid of honor coming outside. My second photographer was waiting down on the little bridge underneath the willow trees with the groom, who was already set up before I brought the bride out. Shout out to Julius of First and Last Productions, that's him right there, and it's great when a photographer and videographer who are separate businesses, separate people, work really well together, and he was a pleasure to work with during this wedding. So I urge couples to get creative for their wedding days, and obviously decisions are up to them. Most people who get married at the barns, weather permitting, like to do their first look, if they do a first look, on this little footbridge. This is at the bottom of the hill, about a 5-minute walk away from the venue, if that. By the way, make sure your first look or coming down the aisle is a personal decision, an emotional one, not a business decision. This couple had a really sweet moment here. The groom actually got pretty emotional. It was cute, and it was a lot of fun to photograph. After that, we jumped into a good amount of time of couple stuff, and then went to the top of the hill to meet the wedding party for some pictures of the whole group together. We still had some time as the sun was coming down before their ceremony, which was taking place indoors, so we did a few more couples portraits outside. Quick side note, outdoor ceremonies take place right where you saw the couple walking. A few pictures and a little video. For this wedding, the ceremony was indoors because it took place about 2 days after Thanksgiving. The big barn looks absolutely beautiful. One thing though, it is dim, so make sure your photographer and or videographer know how to use lighting correctly. Finally, it's time to eat. Here's the middle barn, getting set up for the cocktail hour. Actually, I think this clip is from the reception, just to cheat a little bit. There's the bar, it's huge. They give refreshments, they set things up for you. The mac and cheese is really good. While the staff were moving tables behind us, we did some more couples portraits in the big barn, and then it was just in time for the reception party. One cool thing about a reception at the barns at Wesleyan Hills is you do have options, long tables, round tables, upstairs and downstairs. The big barn here is absolutely beautiful with those lights. I love it. This couple chose some drapery and it looked great. Now the real fun begins, part 2 of the reception. So one important thing to know is that when you work with the barns, you are locked in with their DJ partner. That is Power Station Events. They have like 12 DJs or something. So when you are basically stuck with them, you do have choices because you can find a DJ under their brand that fits your personality and what you're looking for. This wedding was about 135, 140 people, I think, and it was not too bad. The venue can hold up to like 225, which would definitely be pretty cozy inside the big barn there with all the dancing and stuff. I bet you've never had a flaming donut. I have, because I've worked at this venue a few times. It's a nice little addition. Yes, it does cost extra money, but it's kind of cool for guests and for you as the couple. So being that I'm a wedding photographer, I like to create stuff that my couples couldn't have gotten anywhere else. One of the other times I worked at the barns, I did this Marvel-inspired picture of the entire wedding party. So towards the end of the night, it was time to go to work for this couple. Please do me a favor and humor me. See if you can drop a comment and tell me which popular television show this wedding party portrait is based on. It's the poster for a really great TV show that came on years ago. So that concludes my video tour of the barns at Wesleyan Hills. Follow for more and thank you for watching. See you later.